One slot is left in the 16 to go to the next round. Who will it go to? Find out next on Quiz Kids.
It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Hi, everybody. Next week, we'll be starting the second round of our competition, and one of these teams will join 15 others to compete. Which will it be? Will it be the Castro Valley Trojans? Or will it be the Menlo Atherton Bears? Let's find out as we start our play with the first three-for-all round. I'll ask a toss-up question worth 5 points. The team that answers that correctly gets a chance at the second question worth 10 points. Answer all 3 questions in the round correctly, you'll score 25 points. Good luck to both teams. Here's your first toss-up. It was the first and only third party to win a presidential election, formed by a coalition. Yes, Andra?
The Whig Party.
No, I'm sorry. Well, okay. Formed by a coalition of Whig and Free Soil partisans in the 1850s, the presidential candidates of what party have included Warren G. Harding and Gerald Ford?
Republican.
Correct. Alexander Hamilton was a leader of this party that supported a strong federal government. Its power declined after the 1814 Hartford Convention.
Federalist?
Yes, and John Bell was the 1860 candidate of this short-lived party that refused to take a position on slavery.
Constitutionalist.
Constitutionalist.
No, I'm sorry, it's the Constitutional Union Party. In this novel, the population is told that war is peace and freedom is slavery. Name this, Travis.
1984.
Right. In 1984, this is the personification of the ruling party. Through ubiquitous telescreens, who is watching you?
Big Brother.
Big Brother.
Right. Double plus good and crime think are words in what fictional language spoken in Oceania?
Esperanto.
Newspeak.
Newspeak.
Walter Isaacson recently wrote an autobiography of this famous technologist. Yes, Travis?
Steve Jobs.
Yeah. Isaacson previously wrote an autobiography of this prominent early American whose scientific achievements include inventing bifocals.
Benjamin Franklin.
Ben Franklin.
Isaacson was previously managing editor for what magazine? Perhaps the world's largest weekly news magazine that was founded in the 1920s by Henry Luce.
Time magazine.
Correct for 25 points. In the 19th century, Illinois expelled what religious group, which migrated to the shores of the... Yes, Holden.
Mormons.
Yes. Sabbath Day Lake in Maine is the last remaining colony of what celibate group, known for their production of plain furniture?
Quakers or Amish?
Shakers.
Shakers.
Right. Charles Taze Russell founded what group that distributes the newspaper called The Watchtower?
The Jehovah's Witnesses.
Jehovah's Witnesses.
That is it for 25 points. We're just reaching for those answers. The digestion of proteins begins in this organ. Name this organ which releases proteases and hydrochloric acid to help bright.
Stomach.
The pylorus, the last part of the stomach, empties into which first portion of the small intestine?
Duodenum.
The duodenum is right. When acidic chyme reaches the duodenum, which organ, better known for producing insulin, secretes bicarbonate to neutralize it?
Pancreas.
You got 25 points. What Mongolian term describes men such as Chagatai who ruled Central Asia? Travis.
Genghis?
No. And Kublai, the founder of the Yuan dynasty.
Khan?
That's right. Found in the names of Mughal emperors such as Alam II, what title was used by Iranian kings until the deposition of Muhammad Reza? Yes?
Shah.
Right. Hassan Bolkiah is the 29th person to hold what title in Brunei?
Sultan?
You got 25 points. Calcite and aragonite are the predominant minerals in the rock from which most cave systems are carved. Name the sedimentary rock made... Yes, Sam?
Limestone.
Calcite and aragonite are different forms of which compound? Calcium carbonate. In 2013, the U.S. Senate will have at least 7 new faces. One retiring senator is John Kyle. From what state? Yes, Jake.
Arizona.
Republicans see a chance to pick up a seat from what traditional conservative state where Democrat Jim Webb will not run for re-election? Virginia. Characters in this novel include Rat and Mole, who visit Toad Hall. Yes, Andra?
The Wind in the Willows?
The Wind in the Willows was adapted into a play by which British author who also wrote Winnie the Pooh?
Milne.
A.A. Milne introduced Tigger in which book, his second collection of stories about Winnie the Pooh?
The 100-Acre Woods.
No, it's much more complex. It's the House at Pooh Corner. It's very rich with conflict. Ancient Greeks thought it had 3 quarters and called it Trincarnia. It has been settled by Greeks, Carthaginians, Arabs, Normans, and others. Name this largest island of Italy. Sam.
Sicily.
Which most populous Sicilian city is Italy's 5th most populous?
Palermo?
Yes. What channel separates Sicily from mainland Italy? It's the Strait of Messina. Voltaire wrote that this government had none of its 3 title qualities. What confederation of German-speaking states? Yes, Holden.
The Holy Roman Empire?
Yes. During the 17th century, the Holy Roman Empire was devastated by what Protestant Catholic struggle that began with an uprising in Bohemia?
30 Years' War?
Yeah, 30 years.
30 Years' War.
And the 30 Years' War ended with which 1648 peace settlement named for a region of northwestern Germany, credited with establishing the modern system of international politics?
Peace of Westphalia.
You got 25 points, and we'll be right back.
Since 1952, San Mateo Credit Union has been proud to help San Mateo County members and their families achieve their financial dreams. Our deep commitment to the community we serve includes offering a wide variety of financial education programs, like financial literacy workshops for youth, adults, and seniors, seminars about raising money-smart kids, identity theft prevention, and many more. For more information about San Mateo Credit Union, visit us at www.smcu.org.
Hey, need some video work done? We can do that. We do all that video stuff. We can even put your video on that internet thingy. At Peninsula TV, we do full-blown in-studio production. Talk shows, performances, speeches, anything. Remote multi-camera production, on location, at your event. And for the budget-minded, single camcorder production in high definition. We'll take your video project from first idea to finished product. For more info, contact Peninsula TV.
And now it's time to meet the Quiz Kids. Once again, here's Brad.
We are back, and let us say hello to the Menlo Atherton Bears and Jake Solomon. You are a junior.
Yes.
And of course you knew about John McCain and all those senators because you just spent some time in Arizona.
Yes, I did. I attended the Fiesta Bowl where Stanford football played Oklahoma State.
Did you have a good time?
I had a very good time besides them losing, but that's okay.
Well, you can't have everything, right?
That's true.
Andra Baylard.
Baylard.
I'm sorry, Andra. You're a senior and an amateur novelist.
Yes.
You've got 4 novels sitting.
In the works.
Yeah. And what kind of books do you like to write?
I really like science fiction and realistic fiction and historical fiction. So
Fantastic.
sort of
Well, I hope
diverse.
you become a famous author.
Thank you.
And that you name some of the characters Brad.
Oh, yes, of course.
Sam Falkenhagen, you're a baseball player.
Yep, I'm an outfielder at MA High School.
You also are, I see you all are in the jazz band. What do you play?
I play trombone.
And I understand you and Andrew have some great news. You both just got into Stanford.
Yep, on the early
Congratulations. Even more exciting than Stanford, you guys, is the chance to earn up to 100 points in our next round. I'm going to give you 3 categories. You pick one. I'll ask you 7 questions and see if you can get them all right. The categories today are accidents will happen, cherries, and Spanish stuff.
Oh, God.
What do you think?
Do you want to do Spanish? Okay, Spanish stuff.
Spanish stuff.
Here we go.
Eso sujeto. Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's Spanish stuff in all of this, okay? Mel Brooks portrayed this Grand Inquisitor in History of the World Part 1.
Jimenez?
No, it was Torquemada. You can attend matches of this Spanish sport in southern Florida where players fling a ball with a basket connected to their arm.
Highlight.
Defer.
Highlight.
Highlight is right. This dictator finally croaked in 1975.
Pinochet.
No, it was Franco. Though he fought at Lepanto in 1571, he was better known for his characters Dulcinea, Rocinante, and Don Quixote.
Wanda Cervantes.
Are you trying to do Jeopardy with me, Andrea? Because we can fight it out right here on the floor. But Cervantes is right. What royal house ruled Spain, the Netherlands, and Austria through most of the 13th and 16th centuries prior to the Bourbons?
Habsburg?
Right. Rodrigo Diaz de Vivar, the national hero of Spain, is better known by what shorter name?
Franco.
El Cid. And the ETA is the national liberation group fighting for independence of what people in northern Spain and southwestern France?
The Basque.
The Basque is right. You got 40 points. Congratulations. Let's turn to the Castro Valley Trojans and Bright Joe, a senior and a swimmer.
Yes.
So you're in training right now for the season, right?
Yep. We have practices every day in the cold winter nights from 7 to 8. And I swim breaststroke. And yeah, I would just like swimming.
Yeah, there's nothing more to say about that, is there? Yeah, what are you going to do? Holden Parks, you play basketball.
I do, yes.
And you were not here for the last game because you were playing basketball.
Yes.
And they lost.
Yes.
So you blame them or you blame yourself, or how do you feel?
I think it's their fault. Yeah.
Okay. Spoken like a true good sport. Travis Mattis, you are a senior and a track runner. God, what a bunch of jocks you guys are. But you're also bright. See, we're dashing the whole cliche.
And we're good looking. So.
Well, you're jocks. Okay, so you are third in the mile on your team, but your goal?
Fourth. But I'm trying to be first.
Okay, so you lied before.
I did.
Said you're third.
I didn't make myself look good.
Okay, right. But now you want to make yourself look better. Okay, good luck with that. Let's move on. You want cherry or accidents will happen?
What's cherry? Accidents will happen, probably some shipwrecks and stuff. You want to do cherries?
Cherry.
Cherry.
All about cherries. Father, I cannot tell a lie, said this patriot in an apocryphal story after he chopped down a cherry tree.
George Washington.
The Cherry Orchard is the last play by this great Russian playwright, which debuted in 1904.
What's the other one? The only one that you know.
Tchaikovsky?
No.
Anton Chekhov. The American glam metal band Warrant sings a song of this title, the same as a very American dessert.
Cherry pie. Cherry pie.
Washington, D.C. has a festival named after this for a flowering tree.
Cherry blossom.
The cherry blossom.
Right.
Cherry blossom.
Football's short-lived Cherry Bowl was held in this state in '84, '85 in Pontiac before folding in debt without support from GM.
Washington? Virginia?
Virginia.
Pontiac, Michigan. Royal Anne, Rainier, or Gold cherries can be preserved and sweetened to turn them into this condiment for drinks. They're maraschino cherries. Haven't you ever had a Shirley Temple? Fie. And finally, this flavor of ice cream is a tribute to the Grateful Dead's lead singer.
Cherry Garcia. Cherry Garcia.
You got it for 40 points too. 165. We'll be right back for more 3 for All.
And now we're back with the second half of Quiz Kids. Take it away, Brad.
Welcome back. These teams would be nothing without their coaches. Nothing. So let's give a big hand to both the coaches. First from Castro Valley, Miss Deborah Yeager. And from Menlo Atherton, Miss Sue Caton. And now it's time for the second round of the 3 for All. We are going to double the point value, so if you get one question correct, you will earn 10 points. A second correct answer will get you 25. If you get all 3 right, you will earn 50 points. Good luck to both teams. Here's the first toss-up question. Famous individuals who performed this act include author Yukio Mishima and Oda Nobunaga. Name this form of suicide often committed by, yes, Travis?
Harakiri?
Yes. One of Mishima's plays includes this World War II dictator in its title. The play takes place in 1934, around the time of the Night of the Long Knives.
Hitler.
What is the name of the dictator?
Hitler.
Yes. Mishima's novel, The Temple of the Golden Pavilion, takes place in what former imperial capital where the Golden Pavilion is located?
Tokyo? Kyoto? No, former. Kyoto.
Kyoto?
50 points for you. The Truton Noble experiment attempted to detect this medium. Name this hypothetical substance through which light was believed to propagate. Travis.
Ether?
Yes. This 1887 experiment performed by two Case Western scientists failed to find evidence for the wind hypothesized to result from the Earth's travel through the aether. It was the Michelson-Morley experiment.
Of course.
Of course. My God. Mitt Romney won this year's Republican Iowa caucus. I think he campaigned for a while. 4 years ago, the Republican winner was what other also ran who lost? Yes, Jake.
Mike Huckabee?
Yes, Romney won this year's Iowa caucus by a slim 8-vote margin over what former Pennsylvania senator?
Rick Santorum?
2012 marks the second time that Romney has jousted against what libertarian-minded Texas member of the House of the Republican nomination?
Ron Paul.
Shocked that you know their names. 50 points. At one point, mountain ranges limited expansion for the early United States. What main range of the eastern U.S.? Yes, Holden.
Appalachian Mountains.
Yes. What isolated range whose highest point is Harney Peak is called Pahasapa by the Teton Sioux?
Mount Rainier?
Rockies.
They're the Black Hills.
Oh.
One of this author's short stories reveals that Roderick unknowingly buried his sister Madeline alive. Name this author of The Fall of the House of Usher, who also wrote such macabre stories as The Telltale Heart. Andra.
Poe.
This Poe story centers on Montresor, who entombs his enemy Fortunato alive.
Telltale Heart.
The Cask of Amontillado. Amphidromic points exist where this phenomenon is basically non-existent. Name these local variations in sea level that usually exhibit a twice-daily cycle. Holden.
Tides.
Right. These tides appear during the new and full moons and feature the greatest range between high tide and low tide. They are the opposite of neap tides. What are they?
Neap. D tides.
Spring tides.
Spring tides. Oh, deep.
It was challenged in the 1922 Supreme Court case Lesser versus Garnett, which unanimously upheld its validity. Name this constitutional amendment which guaranteed women the right to vote. Yes, Andra.
The 19th Amendment.
While the plaintiffs contended the amendment was invalid due to its subject matter, the court ruled that it was similar to which earlier amendment expanding voting rights that had been held valid?
14th.
15th. In 594 BC, Solon went here for advice in capturing Salamis. Sacred to Apollo, what small polis had the Greek world's most famous oracle? Its oracle told the Athenians to build a wooden wall like ships. Yes, Travis.
Troy?
No. Its oracle told the Athenians to build a wooden wall, ships, to resist the Persians. The oracle at Delphi. This disaccharide, the primary sugar in milk, is formed by combining, yes, and.
Lactose.
This polymer of glucose molecules possesses beta -1 for glycosidic bonds. They enjoy hearing me say these words, don't they? Just keep laughing because my mother is too. Cellulose. Pericles shows Phidias to design and build it. It's great. Yes, Holden.
Parthenon.
What remnants of the Parthenon were taken to Britain in 1816 by a glory-hungry British nobleman?
Oh my God.
The Elgin marbles. It's very efficient at storing energy, making which first solid alkali metal useful in laptop bright?
Lithium.
Right. Which element, the last one with a stable isotope, is used in car batteries and once was used in gasoline as well?
Iron.
Stable.
Lead.
And which first F block element is used as the anode in nickel metal hybrid batteries?
Cadmium.
No. Lithium.
Lactinide. Oh.
I'm going to say no. It's lanthanum, and it's 275 to 175. We'll be back for the final round. Don't go away.
Tournament champions will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
1 3-minute round stands between these two teams in the final slot in our 16-team second tournament round. Good luck to both teams. I will put 3 minutes on the clock, and the clock will start when I begin the first question. His reputation was established when Tokyo's Imperial Hotel, which he designed, survived the earthquake. What architect's designs include Prairie School residences? Holden.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Yes, this Archduchess of Austria was 14 years old when she married the Dauphin of France. 23 years later, she was, yes, Jake.
Marie Antoinette.
Correct. Some members of the set of elements are from group 18 of the periodic table and include Holden.
The noble gases.
Correct. He wrote about the Earwicker family in Finnegan's Wake and about Stephen Dedalus' Catholicism in The Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. What? Holden.
Joyce.
Yes. His throat turned blue after he drank the hala hala. What deity, who was the father of Ganesha, is the three-eyed destroyer god of the Hindu Trinity? Travis.
Krishna?
No. You can steal.
Vishnu.
No, it's Shiva. According to Greek mythology, Arachne was the first spider, but she started out human. Arachne participated in a weaving contest with this goddess, Bright.
Artemis.
No, but her tapestry made fun of the immortals. As a punishment, what goddess of domestic arts tore up Arachne's tapestry and turned her into a spider?
Athena?
Correct. Everyone associates Canada with ice hockey, but what is Canada's other national? Holden?
Curling.
No, other national sport.
Canadian football.
Football.
Lacrosse. What 9 campaigns, on 2 of which St. Louis and Frederick Barbarossa died, saw sieges of Acre, Constantinople, and Jerusalem, and 2 failed invasions of Egypt? Yes, Bright.
Crusades.
Correct. What island, whose namesake strait contains the Pescadores archipelago, was previously known as Formosa and is home to the city? Bright.
Taiwan.
Correct. Confederate General Albert Sidney Johnston died at which battle, also called Pittsburgh Landing, that was fought in April 1862 in a failed attempt to defeat Grant, although Grant's reputation subsequently suffered? Sam.
Shiloh.
Right. Charlotte Lucas marries Mr. Collins in what novel in which Mr. Sam?
Pride and Prejudice.
Yes. The Genesee River flows through Rochester in this state. Where would one also, Sam?
New York.
Right. Number theory is commonly used in this science, which examines, yes, Sam?
Statistics.
Say again?
Statistics.
No, which examines how to keep information secure. Name the study whose name derives from the Greek word for hidden or secret. Cryptography. Sword, Gold, Juneau, Utah, and Omaha were code names for the same.
The invasion in D-Day.
Yes. He was the runner-up at the 2011 U.S. Open tennis tournament. What 6-time French Open winner achieved a, yes, Travis?
Federer?
No. Achieved a French Open winner, achieved a career Grand Slam in 2010.
Nadal.
Correct. In German-speaking countries, what civic building is known as a Rathaus? It is City Hall. El Greco's best landscape painting may have been a view of what Spanish city whose name is spelled the same? Yes, Holden.
Toledo.
Right. What state would you be visiting if you were in a town named for the radio or TV show Truth or Consequences? That is Mexico. And Castro Valley is our 16th team. Congratulations. Join us next week for the second round of our tournament. Bye-bye.
Promotional consideration furnished by the Burlingame Scottish Rite, the Knights Templar, Model Compilers, the Bay Area Academic League. Some questions of Quiz Kids are provided by National Academic Quiz Tournaments.